22, Antonia.
All right, we're on. We're on.
We're on?
Yep.
At center field,
So
number
whenever.
16, Kira.
We have a couple minutes, but we are live.
So I
At
kind of
third
go to the
base,
bathroom.
number 24, Sarah Kell.
Alright, I'll be right back.
At pitcher, number 10, Bailey Day. At catcher, number 21, Kennedy Brandon. In right field, number 20, Piper Mills. At left field, number 18, Haley Robideau. Number 14, Mackenzie Anthony. Number 9, Avery Brennan. Number 2, Savannah Gaston. And number 7, Kiana Henderson. Now introducing your Cienega Bobcats. At center field, number 14, Annika McLaughlin. At left field, number 10, Aubrey Marks. At first base, number 17, Catherine. At right field, number 1, Skylar Arden. At DH, number 6, senior Ali Hernandez. At shortstop, number 3, senior Lottie Morales. At second base, number 8, Valerie Rodriguez. At pitcher, number 19, Ali Bernard. Number 5, Mia Lopez. Number 9, Abby Bowles. Number 11, senior Katie Blair. Number 13, Kaylee Glass. Number 15, Vanessa Morales. Number 16, Brian Mesquite. Number 18, Callie Ward. And number 12, Emily Gephardt.
Oh, we gotta get the headset. Life of a broadcaster.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's great.
I think the audience can hear us.
Okay, I'm ready. All right, welcome to the opening round of the 5A state playoffs. Cactus Shadows, the Falcons, taking on the Cienega Bobcats in Cienega. First pitch outside. Leadoff batter for the Falcons. Number 3, shortstop Quinn Myers-Lentz. There's a strike right down the middle. 1-1 count. Myers-Lentz 578 on the season. 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in, and a speedster. 10 stolen bases on the season. Pitches outside, 2-1. Got a great view here. Want to thank Mike Keck from Cienega High School, who's part of that great CTE team for construction and welding, and also Matthew Craig. Pitch just outside, 3-1. Looks like the umpire called a strike on that, so we've got a count of 2-2 now. But Mike Keck was out here at 7 o'clock this morning with Matthew Craig. They set up the scaffolding, which gives us the camera shot that we're enjoying right now on Bobcat TV. Ball is fouled off here down the first base side. Snatched up quickly by Cat Adams, the first baseman for Cienega. Starting pitcher for today for the Bobcats, it's a sophomore, Alessandra Bernal. She throws a riser, a curve, a changeup, a drop, and a screwball. Has a changeup outside, so we've got a full count here. Ball's shot here to deep left field. Back in the corner, drifting, it's fair. Speeding around first is Myers-Lentz on her way to third base here. The relay to third, tag, and she's in there safe. So a quick relay, but a solid hit there by Quinn Myers-Lentz, the sophomore, who stands just 90 feet away here from scoring at third base. Another sophomore here, another speedster on the top of the lineup for Cactus Shadows. Jordan Diamond, number 1, who is the second baseman. 702 batting average. The numbers just kind of leap off the page here. So a pair of lefties at the top of the order for the Falcons. A bit of a delayed call here from the home plate umpire. So there's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 count to Jordan Diamond. Fouls that one off, out of play behind the Cienega dugout. Bobcats defensively, Alessandra Bernal is pitching. The catcher is Emily Rodriguez. In left field, it's Aubrey Marks. In center field, it's Annika McLaughlin. In right field, Skylar Hardin. Third base, Breezy Hayward. Larissa Morales at shortstop. Valerie Rodriguez at second base. And Kat Adams at first base. That pitch is high, 2-1. And that ball is fouled out of play behind the backstop. A little bit breezy here at Cienega. Relatively cool starting here at 10:05 this morning on a Saturday. Want to put special thanks out there to all the moms on Mother's Day weekend. So none of us would be here if it weren't for the mothers. So happy Mother's Day going out there to all the moms. Ball's fouled off out of play. Well, you see the plate discipline here from Diamond and the bat control, the bat speed, the plate awareness. Lefty hitter here, pair of sophomores. Quinn Myers-Lentz at third. And here's a little flare to shortstop. Larissa Morales handles that one. So a little bit of a bloop there. And the first out of the inning. So Quinn Myers-Lentz opened things up here with a triple deep in the left field corner. And now Diamond with a flare to shortstop for the first out. Antonia Milinovic, the junior, number 22, is the first baseman for Cactus Shadows. And looks like she's being talked here, getting a little bit of a word of encouragement by the head coach for the Falcons, Danica Gianni. She's assisted by Alexis Huss and Morgan Rubidoux. So here's Milinovic, a 450 average, 21 runs batted in on the season. There's the changeup. So that's important for Alessandra Bernal and her success today. The ability to drop a changeup in here and mix it in and sprinkle it in every once in a while, maybe to keep these batters off balance. There's a rise, it's high. So 1-1 count here to Antonia Milinovic, the junior. Another left-handed bat on the top of the Falcons order. There's a nice pitch on the outside corner. So 1-2 count here to Milinovic. Speedy Quinn Myers-Lentz at third base. There's a flare to left, just foul. Nice little piece of hitting there by Milinovic going the other way. So we've seen that with the first three batters here from Cactus Shadows, just being willing to go the other direction. If the pitch is outside, just put the bat head out there and try to lace a single or drive the ball to left. It's close pitch there. Emily Rodriguez trying to frame that one and bring it in, but the ball is definitely outside. Got a great view here. I'm sure it's going to be a little unsettling for the center fielders from both teams to have somebody jib-jabbing behind them. That ball is fouled off, and the catcher could not hold on to it. So Milinovic will stay up there with a 1-2 count. There's a slight breeze. Oh, let's see. It would be going from right to left. So the flag's here blowing a little bit toward left field. Here's a flare toward left field. Left fielder on her horse and just runs out of space there, just over the fence. So a good try there by Aubrey Marks, the Bobcat left fielder. She just ran out of real estate. I want to thank Nick Irvin in Bobcat TV. So Nick put together some beautiful graphics for this broadcast here today and has put a lot of time, energy, and effort to deliver you this broadcast here today on Bobcat TV. So we want to thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the broadcast, and we're trying to give you our best coverage here in this 5A state playoff game. There's a lace single up the center for a base hit. So an RBI for Milinovic, and a run scored here by Myers-Lentz, and the Falcons open the scoring here in the top of the first. But fortunate there, Bernal tried to get that the glove up there, but it just whistled past her. So a true line drive shot right up the middle by Milinovic. 1-0 for Cactus Shadows. And there's a consultation here on the mound. You see Breezy Hayward, the senior third baseman from the Bobcats of Cienega, Emily Rodriguez, the catcher, and the sophomore pitcher, Alessandra Bernal. There's a pop-up here. Catcher could not handle it. The batter is number 16, Kira Day, freshman center fielder for Cactus Shadows. A .464 batting average, 3 home runs, and 29 runs batted in for the season. So she is the leading run producer for Cactus Shadows. There's a drop that drops in right across the center of the plate for a called strike. 0-2 count against Kira Day. Another drop here. Hit to third base. Morales to second. Gets the force. Throw to first, not in time. But a well-done play there by Morales to make the throw over to Valerie Rodriguez, the second baseman. Valerie, nice job of catching the ball and then trying to make the play over to first. Just not in time. Kira Day, too much speed there. Difficult to turn a double play. The conditions have to be perfect, really. A sharply hit ball to short or second. And then kind of helps if you have a little bit slower runner. And Kira Day's not that. So we've got 2 outs here on the force at second and a called strike. That looks like that was the screwball. So Alessandra Bernal will throw a screwball, right? The rise, the curve, we've seen those. There's the screwball, the drop, and the change. And that screwball for her is going to look like a fastball that kind of tails up and into a batter. There's a slice to right field for a base hit. Day round second, and we'll go into third base. And a nice sharply hit ball by Sarah Kell. So Sarah Kell, the senior, number 24, the third baseman from Cactus Shadows. And the Falcons have runners at first and third. Here's Bailey Day, the older sister of Kira Day. Bailey, 268 average, 13 runs batted in on the season. That ball got in on her. Couldn't tell if that was the rise or the screwball, but that ball had tailing movement coming into the right-handed batter. 2 outs. Falcons have a run on the board and a pair of runners on the corners. There's a drop ball low and in. 1-1 on the count. Bailey Day will be the starting pitcher for Cactus Shadows here today. Sharply hit ball, grounder, foul down the third base side. Should be count of 1-2 here against Bailey. Looking forward to seeing her pitching. She's got the whole arsenal as well. Does Bailey, the rise, drop, change, curve, and screwball. 1-2 count. Alessandra Bernal goes into the windup. The ball is blooped here. Trouble in shallow right. And a nice play by the second baseman, Valerie Rodriguez, to range out and corral that ball. So when it's all said and done, Cactus Shadows on a pair of hits score a run, and they take a 1-0 lead. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. We'll take a quick break here. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 5A State Softball Playoffs on the NFHS Network. All right, back in action here, heading into the bottom of the first inning. Cactus Shadows, the number 10 seed in the 5A state tournament, taking on the number 7 seed Cienega Bobcats, and they've got a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Cienega's lineup here, it's Annika McLaughlin, number 14, the center fielder, junior, 632 average, 1 home run, 15 runs batted in on the year. And here's the pitch, and a called strike. Bailey Day, 5-2 on the season, a 5.56 earned run average, 61 2/3 innings pitched, 84 hits, 41 strikeouts, 26 walks. Here's a drive to right field, deep, and it's over the right fielder. Flying around first base is Annika McLaughlin, and she's heading into third with a stand-up triple. So Annika here gets the Cienega Bobcat faithful, and that bench erupting here early. So both leadoff hitters from Cactus Shadows and Cienega opening things up with triples. Aubrey Marks, the lefty. There's a beautiful change that drops in. Either the change or a drop there by Bailey Day, called for a strike. Aubrey Marks, the sophomore, number 10, is the left fielder. She's a .483 hitter with 15 runs batted in on the season. And here's a shot to right, and it's deep, and it's over the right fielder's head. So difficult play there for Piper Mills. She collects the ball. Marks is around second, standing up to third, and Annika McLaughlin trots in for the Bobcats' first run of the afternoon. Well, it's really the morning. So back-to-back triples. A little bit difficult there. Piper Mills, number 20, the right fielder, just maybe in a little bit shallow, but both well-struck balls by a pair of left-handed batters, McLaughlin and Marks, with back-to-back triples. The pitch on the outside. And here's Kat Adams, number 17, the sophomore first baseman from Cienega. Oh, there's a beautiful pitch. Just dropped that one in there. Looked like the changeup had some movement going horizontally left to right and a bit of drop heading in toward the right-handed batter. And there's a sharply hit single up the middle. So Kat Adams with an RBI single. Aubrey Marks scampers in for the second run here for Cienega. And you can feel the energy here. I know Eric Tatham, the coach of Cienega, he was up very early this morning. I think he texted me around 5 a.m. asking for the link for this broadcast. And then he sent me the starting lineup here for this morning. And I know how energetic and just dialed in he is as a coach. So he is a big proponent of putting pressure on the defense with moving runners. There's a beautiful changeup that drops in for a called strike. Throw down to first base, not in time. Adams slides back into first safely. Well, here's Breezy Hayward. She's unbelievable as a power hitter. .592 average on the season, 11 home runs, 31 runs batted in. The senior superlative star third baseman from Cienega, wearing number 7. Her older brother was a superlative athlete at Cienega High School as well, arguably the greatest athlete here at this high school, right? You'd have to put him in some sort of short list. I would say Breezy's on that short list too. But her older brother, a star corner, wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner, soccer player, baseball player, kind of came out of semi-retirement as a senior. And I know he batted over 300 his senior year. So he's playing at Northern Arizona University as a cornerback. And Breezy's committed to playing sophomore collegiately at the Division I level. So great plate discipline there from Breezy. Pitchers are very mindful of her power, certainly. So maybe a little bit of nibbling around there and an intentional walk, basically. So Breezy's at first with the walk. Kat Adams moves over to second base. She had the sharply hit RBI single up the middle. And that brings us to Emily Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, number 2, the catcher, the senior. .412 average on the year, 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Oh, there's a beautiful change. So pulling the string on that one. So when Bailey Day is able to drop that change up in there and keep batters off pace and guessing, that's when she's operating at her best. Number 10, the pitcher in the circle for Cactus Shadows. That ball's driven here to deep left center field, off the wall. One runner scampers around third, and she'll slide in there safely. Breezy Hayward slides into third safely, and a double for Emily Rodriguez. So the bats here, even on an early morning game, the bats have been wide awake here today for Cienega to open things up. So we have a consultation now. The pitching coach comes out to talk to Bailey Day. The Bobcats, let's see, with Kat Adams having scored now 3-0 in the, or sorry, 3-1 in the bottom of the first inning. Breezy is on third base, and Emily is on second base with a double. So a triple, a single, a walk, and a double for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the first inning. So got a couple of team meetings, the outfielders, left, center, and right, all converging. So let me give you the lineup here, the defensive lineup for Cactus Shadows. In left field, it's Haley Rubadu, number 18. In center field, it's number 16, Kira Day. In right field, number 20, Piper Mills. Antonio Milinovic is at first, Jordan Diamond at second, Quinn Myers-Lentz at short, Sarah Kell at third, Kennedy Brandon at catcher, and Bailey Day the pitcher. Bailey Day the junior. And here's one, got underneath that one a little bit. It's a blooper in between, and a nice catch here by the left fielder. So coming in at the last moment, Haley Rubidou scampers in to catch that one. A little bit between the infield and the outfield, but a nice job by Haley getting on her wheels to make that catch. Sorry, and that was Skylar Harden. So Skylar, the sophomore, just flew out to left field for Cienega. 2 outs now, and that brings us Ali Hernandez. Hernandez, 273 batting average on the year, 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in, and 6 steals. She's a senior. She's also the designated player, so she's essentially batting. Oh, there's a beautiful changeup. Batting in place of Alessandra Bernal. So Bernal, the pitcher for Cienega, the sophomore, will not be taking any plate appearances today. Hernandez is in there essentially as a DH. Another changeup, back-to-back changes. So that change is, I mean, it's just kind of like fluttering up there, and it must cause and pose some problems for batters. Good to see Cactus Shadows here going through some gyrations and some like little dance moves here. So it's nice to see the energy up here. Bit of a tough inning here, bottom of the first. Rise is too high. Oh, there's the change, and it's a called strike on the outside. So 2 strikes here on Ali Hernandez. Cienega with 3 runs on the board and a pair of runners on the bases. Here's a pop to shortstop, and it's handled very easily by Quinn Myers-Lentz. So the inning is over, but the Bobcats here putting 3 on the board in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the top of the second. It's Cienega 3, Cactus Shadows 1 on Bobcat TV. All right, top of the second inning, Cienega Bobcats, the 7th seed in the tournament, up on top 3-1 over Cactus Shadows. Ground ball to short, very sharply hit. Larissa Morales there diving to her left off her glove. So a base hit here for Bailey Day. So Bailey, a bit of a rough inning there in the bottom of the first. Oh, actually, sorry, that's Kennedy Brandon. So Kennedy Brandon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kennedy Brandon might be the designated player batting for Bailey, so I apologize for that. Kennedy on the year, 400 batting average, 7 doubles, 15 runs batted in. And it looks like we have a courtesy runner, which is Savannah Gaston, the freshman number 2. So Gaston's in there for her speed. The biggest stolen base threats from Cactus Shadows are at the top of their lineup. So Quinn Myers-Lentz, the shortstop, 10 stolen bases on the year. Her keystone partner, double play partner at second, Jordan Diamond, the sophomore, has 5 stolen bases. So those 2 players have 15 steals. There's a pitch that hits the batter on the foot. So Piper Mills no problem. She got just struck there on her left foot. So hit by pitch. She goes to first base. And Kennedy Brandon, who had the sharp single up the middle, heads over to second base. She was going to third, and the umpire said, no, she got hit by a pitch. It wasn't a wild pitch. The batter was struck, so go back to second. So runners on first and second, and here's Haley Rubidoux, the freshman, number 18, the left fielder. A 400 batting average, a home run, and 8 runs batted in on the season. Looking to bunt there, fouls it off. A strike here on Haley. Rubidoux made a nice play there at the bottom of the first to help her pitcher, Bailey Day, get out of a jam. Just flying in there from deep left field to get that bit of a blooper there between third base and left, ending the bottom of the first inning. Haley Rubidoux squares the bunt, pops it up. Breezy dives, makes the catch. So Breeze was way in there, anticipating the bunt. She's so good defensively at third base. We certainly know that she's known for her power as a third baseman, as a power hitter, but she is deft and agile and fleet of foot at third base. The whole package there at third, really. So there's one out. Still, Falcons runners in first and second, and here's the top of their lineup. Quinn Myers-Lentz. She had a triple to open things up here in the top of the first. So the rise is too high. See a lot of movement here, a lot of moving pieces. Cienega has, well, Breezy at the corners. They're in at the corners. Here's a shot here to center field. Drifting back, makes a catch there. Annika McLaughlin. Throw to third base. There's a double play. So McLaughlin making the catch in center and doubles off the runner off of third base. Big mistake there. Kennedy Brandon hanging out to dry, caught it third. Nice catch there in center field by McLaughlin. And it takes us to the bottom of the second inning. We'll take a quick break. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 5A state playoffs on Bobcat TV. Bottom of the second. Pitch up and away. Larissa Morales is the batter. A .333 average on the season with one run batted in for the senior. Gets under that one, and it's a pop out of play behind home plate. Oh, there's a change. So when Bailey Day drops that change up in there, it just must be mesmerizing for hitters. A bit hypnotic, just drifting across, kind of like a heat wave, just kind of like you can see it, the heat coming off the pavement, the ball just kind of fluttering up there. So the change has been very effective for her. That ball's outside, 1-1. And that pitch is high and outside, 2-1 pitch. And that actually does not look like Larissa Morales from the distance, so I'll try to figure out who is at the plate here. And the batter's hit by a pitch. So let's see who is at first. Hard to see. I love those copper uniforms from Cienega, but the numbers, copper on copper, is difficult to read. So I think it's Valerie Rodriguez at first base. But I'll see if I can verify that number here from a distance. Tough to see. So we got a great seat. I'm posted by our camera. Our camera angle is directly behind center field, slightly left of center, right behind the flagpole here in center field, if you're familiar with Cienega's softball stadium. Pitch is low and away. Runner drifting off first a little bit, throw down to first. Slaps a tag down, but she's in there safely. Oh, there's a change. So that changeup, right, has, again, horizontal movement and also some vertical drop going from left to right. So kind of upper left corner to lower left corner is how that pitch is moving off of the right hand of Bailey Day. There's another beautiful one there. The pitch just keeps, it's got arm side run, so that ball will move from your left to the right. On the plate, it'll go from, looking from our vantage point, left to right. 2 strikes. There's another drop ball there. Throw down to first. It's close, but the batter slides back safely. So a strikeout for Day. And the changeup is low. Pitch is low in the dirt. 2 balls here. I'm gonna try to figure out who's batting, so I'm just trying to piece things together out here with my batting lineup. Things are going so well for the first inning and a half. We are in Vail, so we have trains that run through here often. So it's a little early for my train to be off the tracks, but here we are. So bottom of the second inning, Cienega is leading 3-1. Got a runner at first with 1 out, and now a walk here. We'll put a second runner on the bases for Cienega. Okay, so Kat Adams is now batting. So thank you, Nick Irvin. So Nick Irvin, our director, our producer, our technical director, wearing many hats here today and spelling me in here. It's like 17. So Kat Adams is batting, the sophomore, 441 average. She drove in a run with a single in the bottom of the first inning. There's a throw to second. That was close. If the second baseman had held on to that, maybe getting the runner drifting off of second. So we see the catcher here, very active for Cactus Shadows, Kennedy Brandon. Very alertly here, vigilantly throwing down to first or second, keeping these runners honest on the bases. All right, so I'm finally putting the puzzle together here. So the runner at second base is Valerie Rodriguez, a speedster from Cienega, a freshman, number 8. She's got 5 steals out of 5 attempts on the season. And she is doing her best here to create some mischief and to become a distraction to Bailey Day on the circle for Cactus Shadows. And there's a called third strike there. It was close. It was certainly across the plate. Oh, full count. So full count here. Sorry, full count. Kat Adams taking a step out of the box here. Trying to reset herself here. Here's the pitch from Day. Changeup gets the call on the third strike. Throw down to second base. And the runner slides back in safely. So we have a swinging strike here for the called third strike. Adams. And that brings up Breezy Hayward. So a pair of outs here on a couple of strikeouts. Breezy was walked in her first plate appearance and stranded at third. I don't know if you can hear that breezy chant from the Cienega dugout, but it's unique. It stands out. Here's a shot. Deep center field. Up to the fence, and it's gone. There's a shot from Breezy. So she's making her turn here, and that ball cleared the fence by about 10 feet. So just nowhere to go. So Kira Day was tracking it, but the ball just kept drifting out there. So Breezy with home run number 12 on the season and a pair of runs batted in. So Breezy scores, and she drives in Annika McLaughlin. Three-run home run. So a 3-run shot there, which is what teams hope to get, a 3-run home run. So driving in McLaughlin, driving in Valerie Rodriguez, and driving in herself was the Breeze with a deep shot to center field. It's going to get now 6-1 in the bottom of the second. Change was fouled away. Emily Rodriguez, the catcher. She's 1 for 1 today, a double in her first plate appearance. Oh, there's the change way in front of that one. You can just see the timing of it. So every change that I've seen, and I can't watch so closely here. I'm doing a couple of things at the same time. But that changeup appears to be Bailey's most effective pitch, right? But she throws everything. So the curveball, the rise, the screwball, the drop, the changeup. Junior number 10 goes into her windup, and it's a rise that's high. So we have a doubleheader today on Bobcat TV. So softball this morning. Super excited about this game. And then volleyball, boys volleyball at 4 o'clock today. You can tune in and watch that match. There's a rope down the third baseline foul. Eric Tatham just putting his arms up there to make himself invisible or as thin as he could to avoid being struck by that line drive. So Tatham is an interesting story. A back-to-back state champion from Tucson High School as a second baseman in the late 80s. There's another rope down the third baseline. Goes past the athletic directors. So Matt Johnson and Krista Rogers over there. I think we have our trainer, Joanna Arquillo Islas, and maybe a student trainer. And it looks like maybe Matt Johnson's daughter hanging out there on the Gators. So getting a laugh out of that one. Third one now, that's a base hit to left field. So a sharply laced single to left by Emily Rodriguez. So 2 for 2 today. But the Cienega boys volleyball team, 17-0 on the season. They're the number 2 seed in the state tournament. So, and I know Nick Irvin has seen that boys team play many times this season. I am excited to see them for the first time this season. So I'm in it 100% for as long as that team will go here in the state playoffs. Want to wish our best to the boys baseball team from Cienega. They are up at, was it Canyon View? It's not, I get these schools confused. Cienega is playing right now in the opening round of the state playoffs. I believe they're the 14 seed in the tournament, taking on the 3rd seed in the tournament. So a lot of action here today. And for a team to host 2 playoff games on a Super Saturday, as a sports fan's dream, I would say. And that looked like a good pitch there, but I think it was called a ball. So Bailey a little incredulous here. Takes some extra time here to walk it off the mound. Trying to get out of the second inning. The drop of the change. Swing and a miss. 2 outs here, bottom of the second. The ball was just drifting a little bit inside. So a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Skylar Harden at bat. And she just gets under that one. Good swing. Fouls it off. Harden, the sophomore, she's got great speed. 362 batting average, a home run, 22 runs batted in on the season. 2 steals this year. Excellent defense in right field. The outfield defense from Cienega is excellent. It's all the speedsters in the outfield from both teams. 1-2 count here. A pitch from Day. Harding gets under it. Pop up behind the Cienega dugout, out of play. Still 1-2 count. Falcons of Cactus Shadows, navy jerseys, white pants. Cienega High School wearing their copper jerseys and their copper socks. Grab ball to short. Here's the throw to first, off the line, but a nice tag by the first baseman. So deftly done there. The throw from Quinn Myers-Lentz drew Antonio Milinovic off the bag, but Milinovic alertly there, dropping the tag on there to get the runner going down first base to retire Skylar Hardin. So the Bobcats here, a big inning in the bottom of the second, get three runs on the breezy Hayward bomb to center field. We'll head to the top of the third. We'll take a quick break. It's 6-1 Bobcats, exclusive coverage 5A state playoffs right here on Bobcat TV. Top of the third, Alessandra Bernal on the circle here, winds and deals, pitches up and away for a ball. Bernal 11-3 in the season, a 4.62 earned run average. Her WHIP, walks plus hits divided by innings pitched, is a 1.410. Here's a shot to left field, and just a little bit of a skip there and left by Aubrey Marks to reach up and catch that ball. Didn't have to move. Maybe she took a half step. So sharp contact there by Jordan Diamond, but an out here to open the top of the third. Antonio Milinovic, who made such a beautiful play there at first base to get the third out in the bottom of the second, takes the called strike for strike one. Milinovic has an RBI single here. She's 1 for 1, a 450 batting average for the junior. She watches that rise up and away for a ball. So 1-1. There's the change up. So again, if Alessandra Bernal is able to drop that change in there, very effective for her. So she throws the same kind of repertoire that her counterpart, Bailey Day, throws for Cactus Shadows. The rise, the drop, the curve, the screwball, the change. Got a 2-2 count here. And there's a swing and a miss for strike three. I think that's the first strikeout here today for Alessandra. So 2 outs quickly. And we see Donica Gianni. Just want to say this too. Had the pleasure of just very briefly conversing with a couple of parents from Cactus Shadows this morning and just kind of telling them where the softball field was, where to park as well. It's confusing, right? Any campus you go on to, the sports complexes can be pretty sprawling. But also speaking to Coach Gianni and her assistant coaches was just a real pleasure here this morning. Deep in the hole in shortstop, and a tough throw there for Larissa Morales. No chance. Kira Day speeding down the line for an infield single. So a 2-out hit here for Kira. So poor Kira, the center fielder, the freshman from Cactus Shadows. Like, I'm sure she can hear my voice here over her right shoulder. It's got to be a bit of a distraction here for these girls in center fields. The rest of the players out there, not a big deal. All right, that brings us up here to Sarah Kell, the senior. Jammed, and it's an easy flare to the pitcher. And Bernal there, no problem handling that one. Off of the hands of off of the handle of the bat. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. It takes us to the middle of the 3rd inning. Heading into the bottom of the 3rd, the Bobcats of Cienega High School up on top, 6-1. Quick break, back in 30 seconds on Bobcat TV. All right, bottom of the 3rd inning. Let's review the defense here for Cactus Shadows. Haley Rubidou in left, Kira Day in center, Piper Mills in right, Sarah Kellett 3rd, Quinn Myers-Lentz at short, Jordan Diamond at 2nd, Antonia Milinovich at first base, Bailey Day the pitcher, and the catcher is Kennedy Brandon. And that first pitch was high for a called ball here against the Bobcats hitter, Ali Hernandez. Hernandez lined out to short, and here's a sharp grounder to second. Nicely handled there by the second baseman, Jordan Diamond, who shuffles it to first base to Milinovich for the first out of the inning. But nice glove work there, good range by Jordan Diamond. Good-looking shortstop, or sorry, second baseman, the sophomore second baseman from Cactus Shadows. Beautifully done, just very effortlessly and gracefully done. So there's a first out. So 4-3. And here's Larissa Morales, I think. Let's see, it could be Valerie Rodriguez. So this is where things fell apart for me last inning. But yes, Larissa. So Larissa Morales, number 15. Her older brother was a great quarterback at Cienega as well. He also wore number 15. So Luis Morales. I want to throw my best wishes out to Luis as well. You know, he had a difficult injury earlier this year, maybe at the beginning of 2020, so fall of last year. So I want to send my best out to Luis. What a great quarterback he was for his 1 season as a starter at Cienega. But it's just great to see these bloodlines here, these families, brothers and sisters, these athletes coming through Cienega. Always nice to see. All right, here's a ball going to right field. Difficult play. Nicely brought in here and handled by Piper Mills. So Piper coming in here makes a nice catch. Bit of a sinking line drive to right. So 2 quick outs here. And Valerie Rodriguez, the freshman, number 8, the second baseman for Cienega. She's got a 167 batting average on the year. And she takes a called first strike. Bailey Day, the windup. Change up flutters a little bit too high. So 1-1. And the wind is definitely picking up. Now it's blowing out here kind of towards center field. So I know earlier I told you that it was going from right to left. Now it's kind of going dead out to center field. So I know Breezy Hayward hit a 3-run home run. I don't think it was blistering as windy as it is at the moment. There's a sharply hit grounder fouled on the third base line. 2 strikes here against Valerie Rodriguez. You know, I want to throw a shout out there to Cactus Shadows girls soccer coach, Jack Suter. So there's a changeup. So swing and a miss on that one. And that's the 3rd strikeout here for Bailey Day, and that will send us to the top of the 4th inning. So after 3 full innings, Cienega 6, Cactus Shadows 1. But I want to throw a shout out to Jack Suter, who is the girls soccer coach at Cactus Shadows. Had the pleasure of meeting Jack, who was a great goalkeeper and goaltender just outside of London. I think he was the youngest player to be signed by his club team, and a great coach up there at Cactus Shadows. What a positive influence for all those girls in the community. So we had the pleasure of meeting Cactus Shadows girls soccer team when they came down here in February, and they upset Cienega's girls soccer team. But boy, what a pleasure it was to meet those girls, and what a great coach there. So just want to throw some goodwill out there to Cactus Shadows. All right, we'll take just a short break here, about 20 seconds, and then we'll come back here for the top of the 4th on Bobcat TV. All right, stepping into the box is the pitcher, Bailey Day. 268 average, 13 runs batted in on the year. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Bailey under this one a little bit. Aubrey Marks handles that one no problem. And the relay coming into the infield. So just a flare here, bit of a lazy fly ball toward left field for the first out of the inning. There's a called strike. So Kennedy Brandon, number 21, the catcher, a 400 batting average. She singled in her first at bat, and here's a sharp one to left field. There's a sliding catch in left. I'm waiting for the official call here. It was very close. So the umpires here conferring with one another, and the final call is that it was a catch. So that was the only question here. Nicely done in right field by Skylar Hardin. The sliding catch here, and then the question was, did she trap it or did she legitimately catch it? And the umpires conferred for a moment and concluded that yes, indeed, she made the catch. So nice glove work there in right field by Skylar Hardin. And Kennedy Brandon stepping up for her second at bat. Or sorry, this is Piper Mills. So my bad. So Piper here, grounder to second, flying down the line, but a quick 1-2-3 inning. So Dale flew out to left field, Brandon lined out to right field, and Mills here grounds out to second base 4-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cienega's up on top 6-1. Quick break, back in 30 seconds right here on Bobcat TV. Okay, cool. Bottom of the 4th inning, Cienega Bobcats, the number 7 seed in the 5A state tournament, up on top 6-1 over the 10-seeded Cactus Shadows Falcons. And we have a pitching change here for Shadows. So they have gone to number 2, Savannah Gaston. So the freshman pitcher on the year. Let's see, 2-0 with a 4.33 earned run average. Gaston, the freshman, so 32 1/3 innings pitched, 40 hits, 19 strikeouts, 22 walks. So that strike to walkout ratio is upside down. Her whip is a 1.917, so a little bit high for what you want to see, but got a freshman pitcher here who's done some good things here in her first time through the varsity. So she gets a called strike here on the drop. There's a changeup, a little bit of a flare there. No chance to get that speedy runner flying down the first base line. So Bobcats here, Annika McLaughlin, who has been a Nettleson thorn in the side here today for Cactus Shadows. So 3 for 3. She had the triple in her first at bat. She walked in her second plate appearance, and now the single here, the infield single, and speed. Off she goes. Well, she appeared to be off and running there, just feigning, flying to second base. So Aubrey Marks is now up at the plate. Aubrey is 1 for 1 today with a triple and an RBI. And she flares, takes a cut at this one, hacks it off foul, out of play. 0-2 count here to Aubrey. Try to see what Savannah Gaston throws. See, this is part of my pregame. I should have asked here about the other pitchers. Like, what does she throw? So we've seen there's a pitch low in the dirt and no chance there. As McLaughlin flies here to second base. So Annika at second. And an 0-1-2 count here to Aubrey Marks. Here's a deep shot here. Deep left field. Off the bottom of the fence. Flying around first base to score is Annika McLaughlin, and stepping onto second base with a double smoked off the base of the wall is Aubrey Marks. And the Bobcats extend the lead to 7-1. And now Kat Adams, who's 1 for 2. RBI single in her first at bat, strikeout in her second at bat. The sophomore with a 4.41 average and 11 runs batted in now on the season. Sharply hit single to left field. Runner will stop at third base. Getting to that one quickly was Rubidou, and she made the quick throw in here to first base. So a sharply laced single by Kat Adams. Marks goes to third base. And here comes the imposing Breezy Hayward, who quickly is intentionally walked. So you can understand that maneuver, certainly. She just crushed a home run in her second appearance. So I think her first plate appearance was a walk. Her second one was the 3-run home run. And now a second walk here for the Breeze as she stands on first. Bases loaded now for the Bobcats. We have a courtesy runner coming into second base. I love these boots are made for walking. I'll just start with that. I also like the film Full Metal Jacket. So if you're familiar with that Nancy Sinatra song, Boots Are Made for Walking, there's an interesting sequence where the film changes from very heavy, very serious to lighthearted for just a second, and then gets back into it's a very deep Stanley Kubrick film. So Mrs. Miller is not a Kubrick fan. Mr. Miller is a huge Stanley Kubrick fan. So interesting filmmaker. Deep, kind of twisted in some regards. All right, back to the game here. So Emily Rodriguez at the plate here. Sharply hit down the third base line, foul. Bases are juiced, so ducks on the pond, as they say back in Little League. Bobcats on top, 7-1. And a really precarious moment here for Savannah Gaston, who finds herself in a jam in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nobody out, bases loaded. Emily Rodriguez at the plate. Pitch outside. Pitch is low. Catcher has to be very careful. So you've got some excellent speed at third base, looking to fly. You have Eric Tatham, who's an aggressive third base coach, right? Head coach from the Bobcats. 6 state titles in his tenure as the coach here at Cienega. One of the great coaches in the state of Arizona, no doubt about it. Just top caliber person. Teacher here at Cienega, long time softball coach. There's a changeup. Called for a strike. So deliberate is the home plate umpire with that gesture. You're just kind of waiting. That one was right down Broadway. And now we've got a 3-2 count here. So see if Savannah can make that pitch. There's a change up, a little pop up here. Oh, 2 players there were going for it. The home plate umpire calls the infield fly rule. So first and second, or first, second, and third, less than 2 outs. If the ball is deemed to be a catchable ball, the umpire should call the infield fly rule. So that is what happened there, even though it was a bit of a scrum between the first baseman and the pitcher as to who's going to make that catch. So there's the first out. So call infield fly. 4. First out of the inning. Base is still loaded. And Skylar Harden up at the plate. Made a great catch in the top of the 4th inning, sliding in there on a sinking line drive, a tailing line drive to right field. So here's Skylar. She lined out to left field, and she grounded out to shortstop in her second at bat. So 0 for 2 for Skylar, but a .362 batting average, 22 runs batted in on the season, and a pair of stolen bases. For the buoyant right fielder. She's got a bubbly personality. 2-0 count here. Gaston's pitch is high. So there's nowhere to go here. Bases are loaded. You have 1 out. And now the batter here might be taking all the way. We'll see if Eric Tatham gives her the green light. I could see him giving her a green light here. 3-0 count. Let's see what happens. Gaston, wind pitch. Nice drop there. And is called for a strike. So close. Certainly over the plate, but just hit the bottom of the zone there for a called first strike. So 3-1 pitch here, 3-1 count. Savannah Gaston. And the change there a little bit outside. So base on balls for Skylar Harden. She'll get an RBI for that one. Aubrey Mark scores. Bobcats put their second run on the board here in this inning. I missed the courtesy runner here, so the Bobcats have a substitution at third base. I cannot read the numbers. I just can't see them. So there's a runner on third who courtesy ran for Kat Adams. We've got Breezy Hayward at second. You have Skylar Harden at first. And Ali Hernandez, I think, is batting here. There's no change, right? There was no lineup change that we saw. All right, so Ali the senior, 0 for 2. So she flared out to shortstop in her first appearance, and she ground out to She grounded out to second. So 13's batting right now. Okay, very good. All right, so this is Brave Glass. So Brave's a freshman. She's a catcher, so one would presume that she would be the starting catcher next year, right? When Cienega's senior catcher graduates, Emily Rodriguez. So she's the heir apparent at catcher, a string of great catchers here in this program. There's a shot to right field. Just foul. Oh, a bullet by Brave. So you had runners there that were moving and ready to fly around the bases. So Brave Glass on the season, .333 batting average, 3 runs batted in. But Eric Tatham told me this morning, he's like, she's my first bat off the bench. So he has great confidence in her. Savannah Gaston here in a jam. Bases loaded, 1 out. And that ball's fouled off. Very slight breeze here going from right field to left field. 1-2 count. We'll see if Savannah can make a pitch here to get out of this one. Ball's cut away and fouled off onto Marianne Cleveland Way, the interminably long road that stretches between Colossal Cave Road and the Houghton Road exit off of the I-10 East Freeway. It's about a 10-minute drive, but it just feels longer than that. But anyway, fouled off, 1-2 pitch. Savannah Gaston pitching to Brave Glass. And Brave takes that pitch high, 2-2. Well, it's cooler than I thought it was going to be today. So we'll take that as a blessing, and I'm thankful for the weather. Breezy, slightly overcast. Sharply hit to second. Off of the glove. And we've got 1 run coming in. Here's a throw from center field and a second run as Breezy goes head first into second base, or home plate. And there's a double for Brave Glass. Double and a pair of runs batted in. Bobcats on top 10-1, and we have a conference here at the mound. So Danica Gianni here coming out here to talk to her pitcher, Savannah Gaston. And you got a freshman here, and you're throwing her into the cauldron of playoff softball. This is the way it goes. So good experience here for these girls, trying to hang on tight here. The Bobcats here threatening here to run rule Cactus Shadows. So the Cats here with a couple of runners, a runner on third base, runner on second base. 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So you have some different opportunities here. I don't know what kind of a bunter that Larissa Morales is, but you certainly have potential here to suicide squeeze or safety squeeze the runner from third base to try to get that 11th run across the board. So we will see. The third baseman here, Sarah Kell, is in a little bit. Antonia Milinovic at first is in a little bit. And second and short are slightly in also. And Larissa Morales, the senior, at the bat. There's a change-up. Nice glove work there by the catcher to frame that one and to get that called strike. So nicely done by Kennedy Brandon. There's another change up that drops into the zone for a called second strike. So 0-2. And I wonder what Coach Gianni's message was here to Savannah. Maybe stop nibbling and attack. Just to try to attack the zone here a little bit. So there's a pitch outside, 1-2. Oh, the batter's number 3. Sharp hit, second base. Throw to first. So the out at first is there. You have that run scoring there for Cienega. So the 11th run on the board for the Cats. Two outs here, and Valerie Rodriguez, the speedy second baseman, up at the plate. Changeup drops low. So Brave Glass, the Frosh, is at third base. Five runs here for Cienega in the bottom of the fourth. And Valerie Rodriguez looking to keep this inning going. Swings and misses on a change in the dirt. Quick snap throw down to third base. The runner is back in there safely. Sliding in head first. Savannah Gaston here, making the 1-2 pitch, looking to get the third out and out of this inning. Change up down to the dirt. Runner from third takes a step or two off the bag, but goes right back. Nice job here by Kennedy Brandon catching all morning. 2-2 count. Deuces wild, 2-2, 2 outs. Savannah Gaston, number 2, pitching. Oh, took a wicked hop there over the second baseman. No chance for her on that one. So it'll be a base hit. Just an unfortunate bounce there at second base. So an RBI single for Valerie Rodriguez. Brave Glass drove in 2 with the RBI double and scores. And it brings the Bobcats to the top of their lineup. So Annika McLaughlin has been fantastic here today, 3 for 3, or 2 for 2. A triple, a single, a walk, 3 runs scored. So exactly what you want to see from your table setter, leadoff batter at the top of the lineup. And we might have a change here. We've got Eric Tatham, the coach from Cienega, talking to his players here. A bit of a mini conference. Just making sure everything is ready to go. I did not see any of the warm-up today, so I was too busy writing notes and trying to get situated and set up. So I love watching teams warm up. It's just part of the process for me. But boy, that Cienega team, their warm-up is like a machine. Very professional, very regimented, very disciplined. Here's a bunt off the catcher, foul ball. So McLaughlin here trying to drop the bunt down for a base hit, right? So 2 outs. She's got good speed. She's not a stolen base person, really, but she does have good speed. So trying to bunt on for a base hit. Now takes a swing here. Nicely handled by the second baseman. Throws over to first. So Jordan Diamond over to Antonia Milinovich to get out of the inning. But it was a big inning and a long one and a costly one here for Cactus Shadows, as the Bobcats put 6 on the board in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Cienega's up on top, 12-1. Quick commercial break, back in 30 seconds right here on Bobcat TV. All right, back at Cienega High School, top of the 5th inning. I have to say this. So before the game here, Coach Eric Tatham from Cienega showed me a special commemorative plaque. The flag that's being flown here on the softball field was flown as part of the 421st Expeditionary Fighter Squadron, and the flag was flown in honor of Cienega High School softball. So on September 11th, 2020, the flag was flown in an F-35 Lightning II in support of the combined defense of the Arabian Peninsula. Call sign Panther 11, tail 14-5097, Fenrir. So I don't know if that's a call sign here, but we want to send our special thanks and support to all the men and women who are serving in our armed forces, and in particular, Captain John Great Scott Sawadi. So there's a couple things on here. I don't know what it means exactly. I know Larissa Morales' father serves actively in the military, and he might be part of this group as well. So if I'm missing somebody, please forgive me. It's not my intention, but we want to thank you for sure. And how cool is it to have a flag that was flown in an F-35 Lightning II fighter as part of the Arabian Peninsula defense here for our armed forces. I want to send out the very best to the men and women serving both here domestically and also abroad for all that you do every day to keep us safe, to promote democracy and freedom around the world. And we thank you for your service. So thank you so much. But how cool is that? All right, so back to softball here. Sorry for that one. So we've got, who we got batting here? Is it Haley Robidoux, but it might be a pinch hitter. So Kiana Henderson, number 7, the senior, pinch hitting here. And just foul. So if it were a couple feet further to the inside there, would have been a base hit, but just foul down the line. I do not have stats on Kiana, so I apologize for that. I mean, I have them somewhere, but it's too windy, and they're probably in a backpack somewhere away from where I'm at the moment. So 12-1, top of the 5th inning, 2-2 pitch. There's a change up called for a 3rd strike. Had that as the 2nd strikeout for Alessandra Bernal, who has been in control today. So a rough bit of a top of the 1st inning. She gave up 4 hits, including a leadoff triple. There's a laced shot here to left center field. Quickly getting to that and throwing it in, Annika McLaughlin. So doing a great job here, speeding to her right. That ball was hitting the gap here in right center field. A sharply laced hit from Quinn Myers-Lentz. So Quinn, the speedy leadoff hitter for Cactus Shadows. She is a threat to steal, so 10 stolen bases on the season. Right, so you have Myers-Lentz and Diamond in that 1-2 slot, dynamic as a tandem, hitting and also applying speed and pressure on the defense. Pitch is high. Wind picking up considerably, you can hear it probably, but it's picking up considerably right now. Going from right to left. The ball is fouled off out of play behind the Bobcat dugout. Oh, there's a tarantula wasp in center field. That's not what we want to see. So that one's probably about 10 feet away here from Annika McLaughlin, just kind of fluttering around in the grass. Another pitch high. So certainly here, the battery of Bernal and Emily Rodriguez well aware of the speed that Quinn Myers-Lentz brings to the table at first base. 2-1 count. Nice pitch there, fouled off, 2-2. But Alessandra Bernal started off here giving up 4 hits and a run in the 1st inning, then a hit in the 2nd, 2 hits in the 3rd, none in the 4th. So she's getting better here as time goes on. There has been some traffic on the base paths, but she's been able to wriggle her way out of trouble as this game has progressed forward. Another pitch fouled off, 2-2. That tarantula wasp has left. So it can hopefully find some greener pastures somewhere in the desert. I guess it's looking for a tarantula to sting. I think that's what they do. They sting tarantulas, and I think they lay their eggs in the tarantula. And there's a swing and a miss. So the rise up and away. Good heat there, and Diamond goes down swinging. Antonio Milinovic, 1 for 2. RBI single and a strikeout. Also a nice play at first base. She's flashed some nice leather there at first. There's a pitch on the outside called for a strike. And I think the run rule is 5th inning or later, 10 runs, greater lead or more. So I think that Cactus Shadows here with a flickering pulse, but we will see. So 0-2, 2 outs. Runner takes second base. So runner takes second on the steal. So Quinn picks up her 11th stolen base on the season. Still a 1-2 count on Antonio Milinovic. So important here for Cactus to get a run across the board. Here's a pop-up to shortstop. Larissa Morales catches it. And that should do it. So the Cats here celebrating jubilantly. Tough one for Cactus Shadows here today. Always difficult to travel in the morning, to have a 10 a.m. game on a Saturday. I'm sure they left their campus around 7 o'clock this morning. They got here around 8:30, so probably about an hour and a half coming down from Cave Creek, Arizona. But they played well here today, did the Falcons of Cactus Shadows. Just a little bit of a mismatch maybe today, or just a little bit of an off day. So good to see the sportsmanship here as that team waves to Cienega's team. The players wave back to each other. There are no handshakes, no high fives at the end of the game. But a difficult game here. But the good news for Cactus Shadows is that that lineup is stacked with underclassmen. So Sarah Kell, the senior, she will graduate in a couple of weeks. And Avery Brannon, the senior, and Kiana Henderson, the senior. So 3 seniors on that roster, but so many underclassmen. So Myers-Lentz and Diamond coming back as juniors next year. Milinovic as a senior. Kira Day as a sophomore. So just littered with underclassmen. So Cactus Shadows will be back next year. So a great foundation, a great building block. I expect better things from Cactus Shadows next season. So best of luck to them and safe travels. So they will finish their year at 14-5 on the season. 9-1 representing the 5A Northeast Valley Conference. The Bobcats of Cienega High School here will move on in advance to the next round of the 5A state playoffs. So Cienega will head out to probably, let's see, today's 8th, 9th, 10th. On Tuesday, they should head to, I would imagine, Canyon View. So Canyon View, the number 2 seed in the tournament, playing Marana right now. And that game may have concluded, honestly. But we expect Cienega to travel and as the number 7 seed to take on the number 2 seeded Canyon View team in the 5A tournament. So a quick recap here. The Bobcats final score is 12-1? 11-1. So 11-1 here for the final. Breezy Hayward, she's my player of the game here. So she clocked a 3-run bomb in the 2nd inning, and that was huge. So just a huge day for her today. Driving in 3, a shot to dead center field that cleared the fence by a good 10 to 15 feet. Annika McLaughlin was also fantastic on the top of the lineup here, going 2 for 2, a triple, 3 runs scored. Aubrey Marks was a table setter as well, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Kat Adams, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Breezy Hayward, 2 for 2 with a walk and the 3-run bomb. Skylar Harding gets an RBI with a walk. Ellie Hernandez an RBI, and Valerie Rodriguez with an RBI. So just kind of going through it. But I also have to say that Alessandra Bernal would be a co-player of the game for me here today because she was in complete control and complete command kind of from start to finish. A little bit shaky with those first couple of batters with back-to-back triples. But from that moment forward, she really seemed to find her rhythm. So I know that coming into the game here today, which I should have said at the beginning of the broadcast, but Alessandra Bernal coming in, she had a strained rotator cuff from fall club ball. So she has been building her strength and trying to recapture her velocity over the course of the season, and she might be rounding into form here at just the right time for Eric Tatham and his squad. So I want to put a shout out there to Coach Tatham and his entire coaching staff. So Marissa Olvera, Katrina Myers, Hallie Thompson, and JT Thompson for all the work that they do with that squad. Just superb work. And then conversely with Cactus Shadows, or similarly, I should say, Donica Gianni and Alexis Huss, Morgan Rubidou as the coaches there. And just great sportsmanship. So we wish Cactus Shadows the best of luck moving forward and safe travels, and to their fans and their parents as well. Congratulations to Cienega, and best of luck to them on Tuesday as they head on to play, we assume, on Tuesday it's going to be Canyon View. So I think that kind of wraps us up for today. I want to thank Nick Irvin, and I want to thank Michael Keck from Cienega High School for his scaffolding. So he set up 2 pieces of scaffolding along with Matthew Craig, a senior graduating class of 2021, for giving us exactly what we needed here today to broadcast. A great shot from center field, the catbird seat, you couldn't ask for a better spot. It's warming up here now, and we can get out of this heat. But we'll be back today at 4 o'clock. So if you want to watch the Bobcats of Cienega and their boys volleyball team, they're the number 2 seed in the tournament. We'll be on live right around 4 o'clock today. So come back on, same cat time, same cat channel. Thanks for tuning in. And, I'm Jason Miller. I don't even know if I even said my name the entire broadcast today. So Broadcasting 101. So it's my pleasure to broadcast the game. We hope you enjoyed it. We wish both teams and their players the best of success. To the graduates of 2021, congratulations, and best of luck to all that you do moving forward. And we hope you appreciate the broadcast that we did here today. We tried our best, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you at 4 o'clock today on Bobcat TV. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. So thank you so much, and enjoy your day tomorrow. Take care.